From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
The Homegrown series was designed to feature the very best of traditional music and dance from around the nation. The American Folklife Center works with many talented and dedicated state folk arts coordinators across the country who help us select the most exciting performers from within their communities. And this allows us to bring amazing talent from all over the country right here to Washington, D.C. to share with you. Today's concert is brought to you in joint sponsorship with the Kennedy Center's Millennium Stage, so you can catch these wonderful performers a second time today at 6 p.m. at the Millennium Stage, if you have the opportunity to do that. They are so wonderful, I'm sure you're going to want to do that. Our performance today is going to be recorded for the collections of the American Folklife Center and the library, and it'll be put up on our website as a webcast. So this is a good time to turn off all of your electrical equipment that makes noises. Otherwise, you will become part of this performance forever. So don't do that. This concert today is also co-sponsored with the library's African and Middle East Division. So we want to thank the division and Mary Jean for helping, co-sponsor this. And I want to invite Levan Abdoyan, who is the Armenian and Georgian area specialist in the Near East Division of the African and Middle East Division here at the library, to come on stage and welcome some special guests we have in the audience. Lee, can you come out?
Thank you, Thea. I'm here only to thank, on behalf of Dr. Mary Jane Deeb, the Chief of the African Middle Eastern Division, all of you for coming, and Thea Austin and the American Folklife Center for inviting us to co-sponsor one of their marvelous programs. This has been an exciting month for Armenians at the Library of Congress. We've had a presidential and pontifical visit, our 19th Vartanan Days lecture, and a large display of our materials. And so I think this is just the perfect capstone. I've heard each of these artists, and you are in for quite a treat. So with that, I think probably you want to listen to music and not my voice. I thank you, Thea, and I intend to enjoy it with you. Thank you.
And we're hoping to have some members of the staff of the Armenian embassy here. I don't think they've arrived yet, but they may be coming in a little bit later. The first group that you will see, first Zulal, the trio, will sing for you, and then Ara Dinkjian, an amazing oud player, will be out for you. In Armenian, Zulal means clear water. Zulal is a New York-based a cappella trio, and they take Armenian folk melodies and weave intricate arrangements of their own that pay tribute to the rural roots of the music while introducing contemporary lyricism and energy. Zulal's singers, Teni Apelyan, Yeraz Makarian, and Anais Tekerian, have been singing together since 2002. They've performed in such esteemed venues as Carnegie Hall's Viol Recital Hall, the Museum of the City of New York Symphony Space, along with performances for Cirque du Soleil and the Silk Road Project. The group has 2 albums, Zulal and Notes to a Crane. And if you're interested in getting a hold of those, you can come and talk to them after the concert. So please welcome Zulal.
A young woman is walking by the river, and she spots a handsome young swimmer. Her heart nearly falls out of her chest, but she pulls herself together and thinks fast.
She pulls a barrette out of her hair and casually tosses it into the water, hoping that he'll notice, but he doesn't notice. So she says, "Mr. Swimmer, will you please look over here? I've lost my barrette in the water. Will you please get it for me?" He says, "I'll get your barrette." but what will you give me in return?
So she offers her lachak, her little veil. She offers her mitchkap, even so far as to offer her shirt. But it is only a final moonlit kiss which convinces him to do her bidding.
Zin chu zin tam lo fortin zomma zomma e zim la chak tam lo fortin koma koma e vochara vochavnetsa zomma zomma e vochani zam galzoven koma koma e zomma 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 e zomma e zomma e zomma 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 e zomma e zomma e zomma zinch tam lo fortin zomma zomma e zimech kap tam lo fortin koma koma e vochara vochavnetsa zomma zomma e vochani zam galzoven koma koma e zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma zomma e zomma zomma e zomma 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 e zomma zinch tam lo fortin zomma zomma e zim shabik tam lo fortin koma koma e vochara vochavnetsa zomma zomma e vochani zam galzoven koma koma e zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma 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 zinch tam lo fortin zomma zomma e lusna kisher bak mă dăvi koma koma e ham hara ham havnetsa zomma zomma e ham hani zam galzoven koma koma e zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma zomma e zomma e zomma e zomma.
In Tsolakjan, a girl decides to tease her young admirer. She says she thinks about him all day while she's sewing. She says her beautiful, lushly embroidered skirt. She talks of her father who will reject him. And she says, there is already another, maybe, who's put a wedding ring on my finger.
Ami mech lorik terav zolak jan zolakana kosanim saranin terav gangar hen yolakana amela ambidagin sorik jan zolakana tevastil kachitagin martin hen yolakana zolak jan zolakana gangar hen yolakana zolak jan zolakana gangar hen yolakana gutala mani mani zamaska min gadani gutala mani mani zamaska min gadani gutala mani devel sirelem janam devel gutala mani devel sirelem janam devel zolajan zolakana gangar hey yorakana zolajan zolakana gangar hey yorakana imnehire narvaderov yares yekavaderov imnehire narvaderov yares yekavaderov kunehire naruchita yeskuzem chechita kunehire naruchita yeskuzem chechita zolajan zolakana gangar hey yorakana zolajan zolakana gangar hey yorakana Januszkunas katani, Maris fos kamadani, Opsirele tortani, Maris fos kamadani, Opsirele tortani, Zola Jan, Zola kana gangat hey, Yola kana, Zola Jan, Zola kana gangat hey, Yola kana, Zola 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 Zola kana gangat hey, Yola kana.
Thank you. And welcome to those of you who are just arriving. We are Zulal, an Armenian a cappella folk trio, and in this next song, we ask you to imagine a workroom in the village of Basen, where we meet three women who are sitting, spinning wool into gossip, and they recount the story of a girl named Lachin, a story which involves a spinning wheel, a covert late-night visit which no one is to hear, an ensuing pregnancy, and then a suitor who comes back to see her empty-handed.
Hur hey hey hey, hur hey hey hey, hur hey hey hey, hur hey hey, hur hey hey, hur hey hey. La chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan, la chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan,
La chinhu stebu găgăze, la chinhu mana, siro e gelă turcă de be. Hai la chinhu mana, cu moră saga turbana, la chinhu mana, uma bana machimana. Hai la chinhu mana,
la chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan, la chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan, la chin barge juchte beri, hur hey la chinhu manan, siroch yegel banchi beri, hur hey la chinhu manan, ergu sevgel beri, hur hey la chinhu manan, ele jumping gegeri, hur hey la chinhu manan, la chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan, la chinhu manan, hur hey la chinhu manan, hur hey, hur hey.
Thank you. As a man puts incense on the fire, his stuttering son asks him, "Father, where does the wind go?" And the father says, "It goes to the crack in the forgotten wall. It goes to our grandfather's barren field. How I long to see the reflection of our mountains in my son's clear eyes. How I long for the breeze to come down from the mountains, envelop us, and take us home." kamin hode yergingda tulol manches Zulal zene
apo kamin urgerta
mortats karina sem manchis jachna lalerne badni babon stashti hode karje tsaku hone dunameg garaglet nim bushu gaski kamin mura yergingda tulol manchis sermen dashis garod hokis zovanat zov sarerit pale desnis manchis Zulal gerach geru zov sarerit kaminichni mezi karge dani dun mortats karina sem manchis jachna lalerne badni babon stashti hode karje tsakuk hone dune tsakuk hone dune
tsakuk hone hone dunamer tsakuk hone hone dunamer tsakuk hone hone dunamer tsakuk hone hone dunamer tsakuk hone hone dunamer.
One sec. That song was actually arranged by us, but it's an original, a contemporary folk song written by a composer named Armenian.
Next, we move on to one of our composers and musicologists who we attribute most of Armenian folk music that we have preserved today, Gomidas. Some of you may have heard the name. Gomidas was a musicologist, a priest, and a composer living at the turn of the 20th century who collected nearly 3,000 folk songs and dances. This next song, Shogerjan, is attributed to him. And it speaks of a girl named Shoger. The choruses in this song are dedicated to her lilt and sway as she walks.
Şekli yarız tonyega şohercan ungereva şohercan perti takim tu ungereva şohercan ungereva şohercan perti takim tu ungereva şohercan Ashu yegov saritsa shoerjan Derev tape saritsa shoerjan Shodalas vel shoerjan Heratzelat ayaritsa shoerjan Shondardo shoerjan Heratzelat ayaritsa shoerjan
A man in the region of Javak sees a tall maiden standing in the field, and he says, "You are Yana, Yana. You are hot, hot." Whoever steals your heart, may his house burn up in flames. My tall beauty, please choose me and come home with me.
Vaile diridam, boyit matar, vaile diridam, boyit matar, dugangneles yana yana, kaminzana doshit bana, hovneresit zana zana, vaile diridam, boyit matar, vaile diridam, boyit matar, eleles gert hast du seiran, Menatzeles hovi heiran gana manes choli jairan vaile diridam boyit matar vaile diridam boyit matar eleles gert hasmech geri gratnen ger sirdes geri kodanori duna beri vaile diridam boyit matar vaile diridam boyit matar vaile diridam vaile 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 diridam vaile diridam vaile diridam vaile diridam
Yana, yana, In the upper gardens lined with pear trees, Sweethearts come together to dance the tamzara. Come, shake your shoulders. In the tamzara, lovers find each other.
Now for the tamzara, we'd like you to mark the 7/8 beat with us if possible. You can clap it, so you'll hear le 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 tamzara. I'll shake it, you clap it with me, okay? tamzara, achcik dchaga, asor gesek tamzara, achcik dchaga, tamzara barbareze, usem nittasharze, tamzara min barera, irar gukan yarere. Veri bachchin tanzera, hop hop ganim banim zera, urvarok çıkmacıze, hangi garıze, tamzara barbareze, useni taşarze, tamzara min barera, irar gukan yarere, خلكس كل خسارة إهنا كيكن مازر تمزرا ينبار بثر كغبالو خار بثر تمزرا بربارة تبسني تشار تمزرا ينبار إيرار كوكن يارا Nice work, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see Zulal in a little while. At the end of the show, they'll come back out. In the meantime, we want to invite out our next artist, Ara Dinkjian. He's an American-born artist who grew up with traditional Armenian music. His earliest professional musical experience was accompanying his father, Onek Dinkjian, a renowned Armenian folk and liturgical singer. Ara learned several Western and Eastern instruments, piano, guitar, doumbek, clarinet, and in 1980 graduated from the Hart College of Music, earning the country's first and only special degree in the instrument for which he's become most well known, the oud. For over 40 years, he served as organist in the Armenian Apostolic Church. Throughout his musical life, Ara has continued to develop his highly personal compositional style, which blends his Eastern and Western roots. In 1985, to help realize these compositions and musical concepts, Ara formed his instrumental quartet, Night Ark, which has recorded 4 CDs. Please welcome Ara Dinkjian.
Thank you so much. It's actually a dream for me to play here. I myself am a collector of old records and books, and the Library of Congress is the ultimate. So I'm really honored to be here. Thank you all for being here. I'm playing an instrument called the oud. It dates back, its origins are in the great Persian empires, but it has been adopted as the prominent instrument for Arabs, Turks, and of course, Armenians. Most Armenians can trace their history back to Anatolia, to the cities and villages of Anatolia, today's present-day Turkey, Eastern Turkey. And with that, there are certain elements that are unique to the music, specifically microtonal modes. So my instrument is fretless. It is considered the grandfather of the guitar, the father of the lute. The fretlessness allows us to accommodate these microtonal modes, which are actually more in tune with nature than this well-tempered system that the West has adopted. Nonetheless, another very important element, which actually Zulal just demonstrated, is odd time signature melodies, and we'll get into that in just a few moments. The next piece that I'd like to play is actually a medley of 3 pieces. The first piece is called Garod. It's a folk melody in which the man says to the woman, "Don't let me die longing for you." The second piece is by the renowned Armenian minstrel or troubadour, Sayat Nova. And the third piece is attributed to somebody who was considered to be the father of Armenian music, Gomidas Vartabed. He was a celibate priest, ethnomusicologist, gatherer of Armenian folk songs in various villages, and of course, a renowned composer. Thank you so much. This past April 24th, just a few weeks ago, the Armenians throughout the world commemorated the 100th anniversary of the Armenian genocide. Of course, there are many songs associated with these tragic events. I'd like to play one right now. The lyrics, I'm not going to sing, but the lyrics tell of a soldier who is saying, "Let them do anything to me. Let them feed my heart to the wolves. Just don't let my mother know of my suffering." And the final verse, he says, let them do anything to me. Let my tears turn to salt, but just don't let my mother know of my death. Thank you so much. For my last piece, I'd like to play a piece that, as I had mentioned before, well, this one is in an odd time signature, but of course, if you're from Anatolia, it's not odd at all. My ancestors are from Dikranagert and Harpert, and this beat, this time signature that I'm about to play is absolutely typical. As a matter of fact, I believe if you take their pulse, you'll see that it's in 10/8. And the grouping, just for anybody who's interested, is 3 + 2 + 2 + 3. Kind of odd to the West, but absolutely perfect for Armenians from that part of the world. Thank you so much. At this At this time, I would like to ask Zulal to come out and join me on a couple of pieces. Zulal.
Mehrdani devat korangya le 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 ja Serdani devat korangya le 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 ja Merdani devar korangyan siyayine kahar Merdani devar korangyan siyayine kahar Vaele vaele yodaruhi duna virer vaele vaele yodaruhi duna virer havardare dekkere gungyan tozer zargi verur tungyan havardare dekkere gungyan tozer zargi verur tungyan vaele vaele yodaruhi duna virer vaele vaele yodaruhi duna virer havamortalim sıfrinu güntük aranemim yarmanem sanduk havamortalim sıfrinu güntük aranemim yarmanem sanduk vaye vaele yodaruhi duna virer vaye vaele yodaruhi duna virer Merdani dev juhtuma geyran bolori revs dilberan Merdani dev juhtuma geyran bolori revs dilberan Vae vaveler kyodarogi duna virer Vae vaveler kyodarogi duna virer Merdani dev tup tupamasın aranemim yarmanemasın Merdani dev tup tupamasın aranemim yarmanemasın Vae vaveler kyodarogi duna virer 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 So our last song altogether for this afternoon will be Haninna. Aravot shut tonir zuch. The day is marked with the rise of smoke from the tonir and the smell of bread. Haninna, yes udu, me and you. And in this song, since it's all about together and rising together, we ask that you join us. The chorus is repetitive, so you may catch on by the middle of the song. Anais will be your anchor. You'll listen to her for the chorus melody come the middle of the song, and Yaraz and I and Ara will be doing harmonies along with you. So please, singer or not, raise your voices in the spirit of folk music, music of the people, Haninna. Haninna, ninna, ninna, haninna, ninna, ninna, haninna, yesudu. Haninna, ninna, ninna, haninna, ninna, ninna, haninna, yesudu. Aravot shutonirdu. Haninna, ninna, ninna, haninna, varaye. Kajvi magangani maseresar, hanina nina, hanina yesudu, erirdu inspashkara, hanina nina, khela karera yes, hanina nina nina, hanina nina, hanina yesudu, hanina nina nina, hanina nina, kajvi magangani mayesudu.
The ladies of Zulal and Ara Dinkjian. Thank you so much. And remember, well, remember, would you all like to come back for, maybe they'll come back. Remember, here they come. Anais, Yeraz, Teni, and Ara Dinkjian. Please, I hope you will feel free to come down and talk to them afterwards. If you'd like to get a hold of some of their music, please come down and talk to them about that. And thank you so much for coming to the concert today. Please join us next month on the 30th of June. We'll have a concert again in here with a Peruvian group who's also appearing at the Folk Festival for the Smithsonian, La Marinera, a music and dance group from Peru. Anyway, again, thank you, and thank Ara Dinkjian and Zulal.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.